If you've been stuck on the boss for several hours and you're on the verge of breaking your 6th controller, don't break it just yet. I am going to show you a trick that will make it so the bosses don't attack you, but they aggro your mimic instead. I will also show you how to defeat the Elden beast, which is the final boss in Elden Ring, fairly easily and probably the easiest method. First things first, we're gonna need to get ourselves the item that will make this trick possible. Start from the Church of Inhibition Grace and make your way southeast until you reach Frenzied Flame Village. From the Grace you can take the exact same path that I take. In just a couple seconds you'll reach the location. Once you drop into the village or you access it from the other side, there will be a bunch of guards here. Kill them off, and on the staircase where they were sitting will be the item. This item is a talisman called Shabiri's Woe, and once you have this item equipped, all of the enemies will aggro you. So now, this is how the trick works. Before you enter a boss fight, make sure you have this talisman equipped and you have your mimic ready to be summoned. Once you traverse the mist, you will then want to summon your mimic, and this will spawn the mimic in with the talisman equipped. Once your mimic has been summoned and is ready to cause some mass destruction, go ahead and unequip your talisman, and now your mimic will have it but you will not. This will cause the bosses to aggro your mimic. I will now show you how I cheesed the final boss fight. This is the easiest way possible in my opinion. Once you go through the golden mist at the start, you will then want to sprint the second it spawns you in directly towards Radagon's left side. The second you hit her body, make sure not to rotate or move your character. You'll notice that she'll freeze in this position. You can then go ahead and use any spell to knock her down. If you want to do the exact same setup that I used Comet Azure with Lusad's Glintstone Staff, and in my Wondrous Physic I had the tier that eliminates FP consumption for 10 seconds. Aside from magic, if you try to use any other form of attack, sometimes it will unfreeze her and she'll start attacking you. The second you defeat her, make sure to equip Shabiri's Woe, pull out your summon and get ready to summon it. Once the cutscene finishes and you are now in the Elden Beast fight, summon your mimic, drink a flask of Crimson Tears to restore your health, and now you want to unequip your talisman. Now I got some very important info that I need to get out of the way. If your mimic is closer to the Elden Beast than you are, then the beast will aggro your mimic. However, since in this fight the beast is constantly flying around and rotating, if you are closer to it, it will aggro you instead. I would recommend having your mimic upgraded to level 10. This will ensure that it lasts for the whole fight, if not most of it. Also, I used the Rivers of Blood Katana special attack and just spammed it every time I got behind the beast. Whenever the beast jumps up in the air or relocates itself in this arena, you will want to make sure that it attacks your mimic first, then you can move in and start sweeping away. Also, another thing, don't be shocked if you don't get this on your first try. You most likely will not. This took me a couple tries regardless, and even then it's still a decent challenge. Before I wrap the video up, I just want to say that I do fully understand that these games and these bosses were not meant to be played like this, and it takes away from the purpose, but sometimes it's just not worth the increased blood pressure. Also, if you do not have the mimic tier, the Rivers of Blood Katana, or the tier that eliminates FP consumption for 10 seconds, check the links in the description. That is it for the video. If you enjoyed it and you'd like to help a brother grow his channel, hit that like button and consider subscribing before you go. It helps out with the algorithm tons, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.